Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another weekend prep video. We have a lot to get done this weekend. I have a lot of things to do around the house, quite honestly, and I'm traveling this upcoming week for work, which means I need to leave for the airport at like 5 a.m. on Monday morning. So in addition to all the other things I normally think about, I have to think about like what my family's gonna eat and wear and whatever for the week while I'm gone. So anyway, come along with me. First, we're gonna go to Walmart. I'm here right now to kind of do a back to school haul, get groceries for the week, which you guys have already seen that haul video. But I'll take you in for a little bit of shop with me. We're gonna go home. I'm gonna organize my fridge, hopefully, and get that cleaned out, and we'll see what else we can accomplish. I actually really like these hampers. They're only $14.48. They come in 3 different colors. They seem like they're really sturdy. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get one today, but I might come back and grab one for Connor's room. They also have hangers over here. I can always use hangers. So you guys were asking me about this mason jar infuser that I got. They have them now in the clearance aisle at my Walmart for 50 cents. Huh. I have always wanted one of these, but I've never gotten one. They're the sandwich makers. I have some back to school Tupperware here too. This is Stemma brand. That's really good. I think I'm gonna grab a couple more of these containers for my pantry because I have a couple more different types of flowers that I want to store. I think these are new. They have pepperoni pizza dip, Nashville hot dip, and buffalo wing dip. Interesting. Looks like they've got the Starbucks K-Cups out. Excuse me, for fall. Maple pecan, pumpkin spice, fall blend, hazelnut. All right, so after I got home from the grocery store, of course, I had to put everything away. Have you guys seen those videos on TikTok where they do like the restocking of everything after they go to the store? I think those are so cool. I was like, man, I should do one of those videos. But I put my soda away, and next I put the yogurt away. Next, I have this bin down here where I keep like yogurt and applesauce and pudding and things like that. I have been enjoying these bins in my fridge. They do help keep it organized. And next, I'm going to put the cheese away. You can bet that that is the thing that goes first. Everyone always wants the cheese, and it always goes fast. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is actually meal prep some vegetable beef soup, and I'm going to eat it this weekend as well. Thank you so much to Misen for sponsoring today's video. You guys know I have been working with them for quite some time now, probably almost a year. And today I'm going to be sharing their chef's knife with you, which is absolutely one of their best products in my opinion. I also think that it is an essential tool in anyone's kitchen. This vegetable beef soup was really good for me because I just got braces put on last week, and so it is best that I eat soft things right now. If you guys have not tried out the Misen chef's knife, you definitely need to. Like I said, I have been using this knife for almost a year now. I have not even had to sharpen it. It has stayed super sharp, and buying a knife from Misen means that you can get quality at a good price. Their knives are made from premium materials like high-grade stainless steel, and this helps them stay sharper longer and last a lifetime. The best part too is that Misen is 2 to 3 times less expensive than any other premium knife brands. I think sometimes people too get kind of confused about what knives they need to buy, but Misen takes the guesswork out of that. Their chef's knife is designed to replace an entire set of knives, and I can definitely attest to that. It's also very well loved. It has over 7,500 5-star reviews, both from professional chefs and home cooks. If you guys are looking for a good chef's knife, I would definitely recommend this one. And the other awesome part is that they are giving my viewers a discount, so you can check out the link in my description box below and use promo code JEN for 20% off your first order. Again, that link will be in my description box, and you can use promo code JEN to get 20% off your first order. You will definitely not regret buying this knife. So all I'm doing here is just chopping up all of my veggies for the soup. I did some onions. I also had a zucchini in the fridge, so I decided to chop that up as well. Next, I'm going to do some carrots. If you don't have a super sharp chef's knife, That is a tongue twister. Like this one to chop carrots, it is definitely, it makes the job a lot easier. I see some YouTubers chopping veggies with steak knives and I'm just like, no. It's so much easier to use this knife. But veggie beef soup is a great way to clean anything out of your produce drawer. It's also a great way to use up stew meat. In this case, I'm going to be using sirloin just because that's what I pulled out of the fridge. But when you cook it in the crock pot, as I'm going to, it makes the beef super tender, so you can pretty much use any cut. I also had some white potatoes on hand, so I'm going to cut those up and put them in as well. And then this is the sirloin steak that I pulled out of the freezer. I did thaw it out, but I left it a little bit partially frozen. That way it's easier to cut. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this into small chunks. I like to make sure when I'm making a soup like this that I cut everything into really small chunks so that it's easier to eat that way. After I put all of that stuff into the slow cooker, I'm going to put in 1 can of corn that I drained, and I'm also going to put in this partial bag of peas that I found in my freezer. Here's where you can kind of get creative and add whatever you have in your pantry. I'm going to add a can of diced tomatoes, and then I'm going to add some beef broth. And then I also found a can of beef consomme in my pantry that I'm going to put in, and I'll add some water to dilute that down as well. I also found a packet of French onion dip, which makes a really great addition for seasoning. So I'm adding that to the slow cooker. And then I did add some tomato paste just to kind of thicken it up a little bit. So I'm going to combine this as well as I can, and then I will cook this. I cook this on high for 6 hours. This also freezes really great. If you want to do it for like meal prep, that would be great too, or even just to prep it to eat for dinner. So you can see here is my completed soup, and I'm just going to turn the crock pot on and let that go. All right, so happy Sunday morning. I did not do anything else of interest on Saturday, so I'm just going to cook breakfast with you guys. So I decided to make some bacon and hash browns, nice big breakfast. I personally do not eat breakfast on the weekends. Like I will if we go out somewhere or if we like go out to brunch, but normally Adam and Connor are the ones that I make breakfast for. So I put some hash browns in my pan. I have some butter and a little bit of oil in there. I like using a combination of that so the oil doesn't burn. I seasoned those. And next I'm going to cook some cinnamon rolls. I bought this little can at the grocery store. It just has 5 in it, which is the perfect amount for the kids to eat on the weekend. I don't usually eat them, and neither does Adam. So here are my hash browns. These actually turned out quite crispy and delicious. I was just thinking when I was making these that I haven't bought those hash browns in a while that are from Hungry Jack, like the dehydrated ones. Those are really good too. But these turned out really crispy and delicious, so no worries there. So here is my bacon. This didn't crisp up very well. I feel like sometimes it's a crapshoot when you buy bacon, but I'm just going to give this a flip and cook it on both sides. And I also fried up a couple of eggs to go with it, but I'll show you guys Adam's plate. So there is some bacon, eggs, hash browns, and some toast. Bon appetit. When the cinnamon rolls came out of the oven, I just put that icing over the top and let that melt. And that is what the kids had, cinnamon rolls with a little bit of bacon. Okay, so I had a little bit of pantry organization to do. So I have this large container that I normally keep cereal in. We don't go through cereal very fast, and so if I keep it in the box, it gets stale. So that's why I like to use these containers that I get at Walmart. And then I had some flour that I needed to kind of combine into this larger container in the pantry. And then I had a couple of different like nut flours and tapioca flour from Thrive that I wanted to pack up as well. So I got a couple additional of those BHG containers from Walmart. So I'm just putting those in there. One is tapioca flour and one is cashew flour. I've actually been using the tapioca flour quite a bit when I'm doing paleo recipes. I combined it with some almond flour last week and made chicken strips with it. It actually turned out really good. You guys would have seen that video already. So I'm just using my label maker here to type out the labels and put them on the side of the container. That is definitely a mess when you take things out of their original containers so that you know what it is. And last but not least, I had some cashews to decant as well. All right, so I'm going to take a break from doing some stuff around the house quick and run to Starbucks and get a coffee. And I also have a bunch of stuff in the back of my car to take to Goodwill. I'm going to run to Hy-Vee and grab a couple things, and then probably run to my P.O. box as well. So after I got done running errands, of course, it was time for me to load the dishwasher. Yet again, probably my 18th time loading it this weekend. No, I'm just kidding. But really, I do like to make sure that I leave, if I'm traveling in a particular week, leave the house with an empty sink because, as you know, when you get back, there may be a nice surprise sink full of dishes waiting for you. I can neither confirm nor deny that's what happens in my house, but at any rate, I had been doing some cooking this weekend, obviously, and wanted to get everything cleaned up. I also wanted to tackle my microwave, cleaning that out this weekend. It was long overdue, so I'm putting some water and vinegar in a measuring cup, and then I'm just going to stick this in the microwave and put it on for about 5 minutes. That will make sure that all of the stuck on food and grease comes off so that you can wipe it away easily. So I'm just spraying this down with some multi-surface spray, and next I'm going to wipe it out with this new e-cloth scrubber that I got. I actually like it really well. I can try and find it on Amazon and link it down below. It's supposed to work with just water, but normally I use multi-surface spray just because I like the scent of it. I'm actually using the new fall scent from Mrs. Meyer's. I think it's like a pear scent. It smells actually really good, and I kind of wish I had a shampoo smelling like that. Right now I'm just washing the glass turntable that goes in the microwave. I get asked semi-frequently about my sink and whether I like having like a large 1-basin sink versus a 2-basin sink. And honestly, I recommend a large sink all the way. If you're redoing your kitchen, or if you're building a house, or if you ever have the chance to get one, I totally recommend it because it makes it so much easier to wash large items like this. It makes washing like cookie sheets really easy as well. So once my microwave was all cleaned out and smelling fresh, I'm going to put that back together. And I was so glad to have that done. I'd been putting it off for quite a while. And why? I don't know. Why do we put things off like that? That literally takes us 10 minutes. I don't know. When someone finds out the answer, let me know. But next I'm going to scrub out my sink because I had some produce to prep this weekend. I always try to make sure that when I go out of town, I have produce prepped for my family. One of the biggest critiques that I get in my YouTube comments is about food, about what I buy my family, what I feed my family, what I eat myself. And honestly, I feel like I have done better in the last several, maybe like 6 months, of buying more whole foods and less processed food. But when I go out of town, that's what happens. I buy prepared food. That's just how it is, and I don't apologize for that. That's just kind of what works for us. But at any rate, I do definitely try to make sure that I have a ton of fruit and veggies on hand for them to eat while I'm gone on the side of their chicken nuggets. So I'm just a regular working mom, you guys, trying to figure it all out. I'm not special. I'm just like y'all, trying to get through the week. Anyway, now it's time to do some laundry. I had so much freaking laundry to do this weekend. But the kids have been helping fold and put away their own laundry. Kira actually does her own laundry, period, which is nice now that she's in 7th grade, so she can definitely do that on her own. And Adam always does his own laundry, so kind of just doing it for me and Connor, which doesn't seem like it would be a lot, but you know, when you have kids that play soccer and other sports, there's always a ton of laundry. Another question I get sometimes is why I purchased a top load washer. And personally, I have heard so many problems that people have with front load washers about water getting trapped in there and getting like stinky and musty and hard to clean. And I have always had a top load washer. And so I figure, why mess with it? It works great. I have no need to save space, on the top of it, like I guess some people do. So it works great for me. I would recommend it. This is a Maytag washer and dryer, and it has worked really great for us. This will be our 4th year, I think, having it. And it's really nice to have a laundry room upstairs as well, which I totally understand is a luxury, but it's really great not to have to haul your dirty clothes and your clean clothes up and down the stairs. But let me know in the comments. Do you guys have a front loader or top loader? What do you like best? So I am bit by bit getting Connor's room redone, and I ordered some curtains for this particular window in his room. These are blackout curtains. I got them on Amazon, so I can link them down below. But he has this one window in his room that's shorter than the other ones because there's a window seat there. Now looking back on this, I kind of wish we hadn't done that, but whatever, it's fine. I actually found these curtains that were pretty much the perfect length. I was trying to find some so that I didn't have to hem them because that's not really in my wheelhouse. Like, my expertise is not sewing. It's definitely more in the cooking realm. I'm definitely not a sewer. And anytime we need something hemmed, we always ask Adam's mom to do it because she's really good at it. But anyway, I found these that were the perfect length, so that was awesome. So I'm just hanging these up, and they ended up working great. And now he has full blackout curtains in his room. So I'm just going to fold up the other curtains. These were just cheap ones that I had purchased from Walmart several years ago. So I'm going to go ahead and donate those. All right, so now it's time to cook dinner. I'm going to make some salmon. This is kind of a salmon piccata recipe. It actually turned out really good. So I have some salmon fillets here. I seasoned those with salt and pepper. I am heating up a nonstick skillet. Fun fact, that is also a Mise-en skillet. I love it. And while that is preheating, I'm going to cook some of this egg pasta. My kids really like buttered noodles, and these particular noodles came from Thrive, and they were really good. I'm just going to end up boiling them. They boil really quickly, and then just season them with butter and salt. So here is my salmon. I'm putting that flesh side down first in the pan, and then I'll flip it over and cook it the rest of the way. I'm going to make, again, kind of like a piccata pan sauce for this. The kids ended up gobbling this up. It was really, really good. I'll try to find the recipe online and link it down below, but I'll tell you guys here how I made it as well. So I'm just flipping that salmon over. While that's cooking on the other side, I'm going to prep some ingredients for the sauce. So I have some parsley here. I'm just mincing that up. That is going to go into the sauce along with some capers and some garlic. So I'm just using my garlic press to mince that garlic. And then I'm also going to end up using some chicken broth and some lemon juice kind of mixed together for the sauce as well. So after I removed the salmon from the pan, I set it aside and I added my garlic and my capers to the remaining oil that was in the pan. You just want to cook this for maybe a minute or so, probably less than a minute because you don't want it to burn. And then I'm going to add that mixture of broth with lemon juice and just kind of let that reduce down. When it reduces down, you can add just a pat of butter to the sauce just to kind of gloss it up a little bit. Slide your salmon back in there, toss it around in the sauce, and voila, it is a delicious dinner. No one complained about this. Well, Adam didn't eat this because he doesn't like salmon, but other than that, it was delicious. So we have our noodles here. I steamed up some broccoli on the side and our salmon piccata. Bon appetit. All right, so it's after dinner now, and I'm getting my apples washed up for the week. I did not film this, but I also washed up some grapes, and I peeled some cutie oranges, and I washed up some strawberries and put all of those in the refrigerator as well. I kind of just ran out of steam on this night, and I was just like, I need to get everything packed for my trip and go to bed because I have to wake up at like 4 in the morning. But right now I'm just kind of organizing my meds. I have this cute little like travel medication thing that I got. I'll link it down below. It's really cute. I actually got the idea from Julie at Julie's Plans. But definitely when you go on vacation, I'm sorry, I wasn't on vacation. I was traveling for work. When you travel, don't forget to take your meds, right? So I'm just putting these in the containers. And that is it, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed coming along with me this weekend. There will be a travel vlog soon, so keep out on a watch for that. Don't forget to check out Misen. I have that discount code, which will be linked in the description box below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.